Hi everyone, this is Ayush Agrawal from Open Unique Solutions. So today we are going to discuss what is Git. And before understanding what is Git, it is very important to understand why Git. Well, why we required a Git. So to understand why we required a Git, we have to understand first what is Source Code Management System, also known as SCM. Okay, so source code management system mainly used for maintaining, versioning your code, your application code, your development code, your client code, mainly your source code in any languages, maybe Java, maybe Python, or at least no language, text files. It also helps to maintain the different versions of any type of source code. For example, you download an application in your mobile, after some time it got updated. So what is updated? That's the source code which got updated. And when it updated, it's get a number, like for Android also, it's Android 7, Android 8, Android 9. These are the versions 8, 7, 9 for any Android version. So as per the definition, source code mainly used to manage your source code, your code versions, so that at any point you can track what is happening in your project. Like at version 7, what happened, at version 8, what happened. So at different versions, right now where you are. And more than that, you are not going to work single on your source code when there is a large application. So you must require a team, and when there is a team, then there are many chances that the whole team working simultaneously. Like I am in India, so my whole team sits in India and the working hours for them is same. So they all are working on the same code at same interval of time. So how to manage this thing? Like I am changing a file from the source code, second one changing the same file or a different file of the same source code. How finally both changes came together? So that also maintained by source code management system. SCM also provides some restrictions and quality checks to control the code quality and usability of the code. By mean of usability is, if I required a functionality A and one of the developer is learn something new which is not required in our code, but it's very fancy, and that developer wants to integrate that part, that technology in our code. So there are some checks that the developer requires to review its code to someone else, its manager or hierarchy, the person which sits above that developer, checks the code, looks, okay, this thing is required as per the business logic or not. The code quality, the code syntaxing, good practices of the proper languages are followed or not. So this is also provided by source code management system. There are various source code management systems which are available in the market, like Perforce, on which I worked, and my favorite one is Git, and I think Git is going to be the next only source code management system in the market after some time. The legacy codes still are on some old source code management systems, but when it came to microservices, the Git came in picture and it just fires everything out. So only Git going to become the next source code management system. What is Git and how it is different from others? As I told, Git is a source code management system used to manage your source code by multiple users simultaneously. Many SCM, looks how it is different. Now point came to how it is different. So many SCM track differences, deltas, like in version 1 and in version 2, only difference will be copy in SCM, nothing else. What helps them, that version 2 and version 3 has one file change, then version 3 size is very small, it's only a one file version. But Git will not work like that. Git take the whole snapshot of the project. Like for the whole project, it take a snapshot for a particular version, and for next version, it take the whole snapshot. The whole project copies. There are some methods by which they compress the size tremendously, but the main idea is they copies the whole source code. And what is the benefit? Like if I see first only one file and I am copying the whole source code, what is the use case? Like it's the wastage of memory. Surely it's the wastage of memory. So how you are dealing with that? Well, what is the benefit by killing the memory? Surely we are killing the memory, but we are getting some benefit or not? My question is that one. Yeah, we are getting some benefit because you start working and you work for a long interval of time. It's a long project on which development goes for 2 or 3 years. There are multiple versions came in picture, like say 80-90 versions came in picture. Now if I want to clone or copy that project in some my local repository or in my some local place, what other source code do? They travel the whole 100 versions or 1000 versions and calculate the deltas. After calculating the delta, they provide you the final output. But in Git, what will happen? It copies the snapshot only. So for copying it, it requires only one version. For the previous version, it only talk about history. It talk what you change if you required. If you want to work currently on it, it's only one version point. It's only one version which is required to copy. For other source code, it's all 1000 versions which required to copy. The second thing which came in our mind, how we can use Git. So to use Git, you have to install Git in your operating system. If you are a GUI person, if you look forward for graphical user interfaces, there is one Git bash which is provided by Git only. You can download that one. After downloading the Git, you go to the project or the folder in which you want to initialize the Git and run git init command, and Git is ready for your local. So here is the git init command. So if I want to point you, so here is my git init command. This is the git init command. Like if I run this command, I am ready with my local. But what this command helps me? How this command helps me? So the git init commands create a new folder named .git. So dot is in the name of the folder, so it is a hidden folder. Now if you run any git command, git is a collection of tremendous commands, but for working on Git you require mainly 5 or 6 commands. If you are working normally, if you are going deep and working deep, then there are 10 to 20 commands. More than that, Git is not going to make you provide all the functionalities which use Git internally. Now that is done from the theory part. Let's see practically. Okay, so here is my one folder, Git demo. Just check. So one thing, how to install Git. So I am a Linux person. I really want to go through Linux and command line. I also suggest you to use command line from the beginning. Don't use UI. UI looks good. UI provide you better functionality, but it did not provide you the better understanding of the tool. UI is good for non-developer persons, but if you are a developer, you must require to use UI command line. So first thing first, how to install Git. For me, Git is already installed, but the command is sudo. It's Ubuntu. This command works on Ubuntu. apt get install Git, and my password. For me, Git is already installed. Here is the version for the Git which is available for me. When you came to other websites like give me a minute, when you open Git download, it is also available for Windows, Mac. So Git download SCM, when you came to this one, here you can see it is for Linux, Mac, Windows. You can download from here, no issue. And when it came to Git bash UI GUI part, not recommended from my side, frankly. So you can see here also Vue GUI clients. There are tremendous GUI clients available. Like it's on your requirement basis, which one you require to use. Okay. So next came to our terminal again. So here, this folder is empty, nothing right now here. I run the command git init, git init, and it says initialize empty git repository. Now what happened? It makes a folder .git. Just go in .git. You can see there are numerous folders which are available inside .git, which are used by other git commands. This is using command line. I also want to show you this thing using Explorer. So if you are a Windows person, you want to see where they are. So here you can see it's empty, but when I go on show hidden files, you see .git, and if you open .git, you see different folders. Every folder has its value. We will discuss. We will look into that one as our tutorial goes further. So for this tutorial, this is all from my side. This is Ayush Agrawal from Open Unix Solutions, and we are talking about Git. So please comment, share, and subscribe on the video or on the YouTube channel, because this is our starting and we require your help to grow this channel. It also encourages us that we are doing a great work. Thank you very much, and we will see you soon in our next video.